Hello everyone, myself Dr. Abdul Abid from Prince Sultan University, Riyadh. Today I am presenting my paper Effect of Fiber Orientation Based Composite Lamina on Mitigation of Stress Intensity Factor for a Repaired Plate, a Finite Element Study. With me, Dr. Munir Beg is from Prince Sultan University and Professor Meftah Harari and Dr. Jafar Syed Muhammad Ali from International Islamic University, Malaysia. In my paper, the abstract is the main aim of the work is to investigate the fiber direction of composite patch bonded to a thin plate under plane stress condition. Three types of fiber orientation in a composite patch have been considered for the current work. In the investigation, the finite element method was used to determine the stress intensity factor using the ANSYS commercial code. The research finding showed that the fiber direction influenced the mitigation of stress intensity factor. This study particularly important for designing a composite patch based on the fiber direction. In the next slide, you can see first figure as a problem defined in which we have a thin plate with the bonded with the composite patch using the adhesive layer. And this composite patch has a three lamina orientation. One is parallel to the crack, next is the perpendicular to the crack, and the third one is combined together. So after defining the problem, next we have defined the finite element model in which we have created the geometry, then modeling, and then meshing. The final figure of the meshing, as you can see it here, which has a singular element at the crack tip, and also we define the crack tip as a crack length and with a composite patch. Uh, as a boundary condition for the finite element model, we have used a quarter of the full model. Current work more focus on the finite element method. The results what we have defined from the finite element results that we have compared with the existing experimental work. When we compared with the existing experimental work, it has been found that less than 5% of relative error. Additionally, we have also considered mesh independent study because whenever the mesh will change, obviously the results will change. So in this condition, we have to we noted that how much fine mesh can be able to use it for the current work and which has a very close result with the experimental work also we have defined. And when the results is far away from the original results, then we have stopped the mesh size. Later on, once the finite element results are verified, further parametric study has been conducted through the finite element method. As you can see, next figure is showing the effect of crack length with the normalized SIF. Normalized SIF means here SIF repaired with the ratio of SIF unrepaired. So in the crack length, whenever the crack length is changing, the normalized SIF is going to down. Similarly, the area ratio between the plate and patch we have considered, in which the rectangular shape of the patch size we have changed at the same time for three different composite patch, and we found the results has a good difference. As you can see, type 1 does not have much effect on the repair, and type 2 and type 3 has some value in the repair of composite of a aluminum plate. Similarly, composite thickness, adhesive shear modulus, adhesive thicknesses has showing the same results. With this, we can recognize that type 2 has highest reduction in the stress intensity factor. As a result, in the conclusion, what we have defined, what we have contributed in this paper, this is the first time we have considered the fiber orientation effect of composite patch. Before that, there is a lot of studies has been done over the last 4 decades considering the patch thickness, patch height, patch width, everything, but even the composite patch materials. But in this case, we have considered the lamina composite with the effect of fiber orientation parallel to the crack, perpendicular to that, and both condition. And we have found this study is significantly important on thin, reducing the crack length, or you can say the crack control in the thin wall structures. So for this study, to demonstrate this study, we have only considered finite element method, and this can be defined using the experimental work and other methodologies. So this study explored the influence of different parameter. Additionally, this study explored the different influence of different parameters on normalizing the SIF values in the central crack aluminum plates bonded with the fiber orientation lamina composite patches. Thank you for the listening.